What's going on, fellow investors and stock market traders? My name is Jeff, and so Aphria stock had a big earnings report this week, and as you can see here, guys, the stock did trade up, almost up around 7% for the week. At one time was up well over 20%. So what I want to talk about in this video, guys, I'm going to go through the earnings report a little bit, and then I want to point out a phenomena I noticed on social media, okay? Usually, I'm trying to track so many different companies at one time that I just put all the stocks that are reporting earnings on one watch list, and I try to keep an eye on all of them. And then later in the evening, when I get spare time, that's when I actually go back and really break down the earnings reports and listen to the earnings calls of the companies I'm most heavily invested in. Now, I am not heavily invested into Aphria. Do own a position in Aphria, and it is very, very small. Like I said, guys, that's how I recommend playing the MJ sector. Use less than 5% for investing into MJ stocks, no more. So this phenomena I've been noticing, I think, guys, it is just a little bit amateurs trying to come into the stock market, capitalize on a good earnings report where the stock sees a nice movement, but unfortunately I see a lot of people making mistakes. And I'm guilty of it too. This is something I've noticed that I want to share with everybody here on YouTube. And also, guys, I apologize. I haven't uploaded very many videos lately. I've been putting a lot of time and work into Trade Alerts Pro, and that is my stock market mastery course, okay? So a lot of my time and effort is being spent over there, and I want to get back into a little bit better of a routine where I'm uploading more videos during the week to YouTube. With that said, let's start talking about Aphria stock, guys. But first, do me a favor, drop a thumbs up on this video. I appreciate all your support, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. So at first glance, you know, Aphria EPS beat by 10 cents, but they missed on revenue by $6.18 million. So when I got my first glance at this earnings report, it kind of wasn't making sense in my mind. I figured, well, okay, first let's see what happened with guidance. Maybe guidance was sky high. And to my surprise, Aphria was actually trading up on quarter one income. Okay, so their quarter one income beat consensus. So I did see some impressive numbers. I do think if you're an Aphria shareholder, you know, even though we all know what is going on here, all these MJ stocks are continuing to trade down. Guys, they will find a bottom and there will be a reversal. That's why I say just go long and stay long. And really, let's stop trying to trade these stocks. In my opinion, when they take a big jump up, you know, that is really the time to buy put options against them. But we're going to get into that after we talk about the earnings report. The revenue come in at $126.1 million. That is up 849%. Outstanding job. Adult use cannabis revenue was $20 million. Kilogram equivalent sold 5,969. That's up 7%. Average retail price per gram was $7.56. That was actually down 1%. And their net income, $16.4 million. That's down 23%. Now, I would really like to see that net income come up, okay? Of course, like I've mentioned, I'm not going to worry about these companies on the fundamental side for 2 to 3 years, okay, and maybe even longer. So what I really want to focus on is that revenue number. I want to keep seeing revenues come up, and the efficiency will come in time. Their non-GAAP EBITDA of $1 million, that's up 125%. So very, very well-rounded earnings report for Aphria. It was announced that 600,000 plants were being cultivated in Aphria 1 facility, so that is moving in a very strong direction. And then their 2020 guidance, I think this was probably the highlight of the earnings call. Revenue of $650 to $700 million. Distribution revenue will represent slightly more than half. Non-GAAP EBITDA is going from $88 million to $95 million. So keep that in mind. Their non-GAAP EBITDA on this last report, $1 million. On their fiscal 2020 guidance, they're projecting $88 to $95 million. So Aphria is really pointing in a very strong direction, and that is why you've seen the reaction in this stock. Now, I'm not sure how many of you use the website StockTwits. Of course, I kind of bounce around from some of the social media platforms on Facebook. I use Stock Twits quite a bit. And of course, in Trade Alerts Pro, I've built a private Facebook group, and that is still very small right now. Sometimes what I try to do is stay in the social loop. I want to see what people are saying. I want to see what kind of calls people are making on these stocks. There was an overwhelming amount of people that were talking about buying Aphria into that big spike up yesterday. And again, I don't have time, nor is it really my business to go around and inform people, hey, while Aphria was in the middle of that 25 to 27% jump, that is not really a good time to buy, because the pressure is going to come off of this. And I would simply make a comment or two to some people, just simply saying, hey, wait one day and this stock will be cheaper. Now, I could have been wrong on that too, guys. Sometimes these stocks can go on a run for several days, but I could just tell by the way this stock was trading. It was kind of hitting a top, making a double top, and it was just kind of that head and shoulders pattern throughout the entire day. Got up around $5.53, made its way back down to about $5 flat, and then, like I said, head and shoulders, head and shoulders. What that tells me, guys, the volume is not being consistent, and there's probably going to be a strong sell-off the following day. So if you really want to invest into this stock, the day to have been buying it would have been the next day and the next day after that. Okay, the stock is going to continue to getting cheaper. I even mentioned buying put options against this company, saying, the MJ industry is still perceived as very, very overvalued. So if you want to make some quick money, you might want to think about put options. There's a big opportunity to turn over $1 with put options. Like I said, at $5.53, if you could have got a strike price around $5, you would have been in the money today. Okay, over 50 cents of the stock value fell off, so that is pretty good return. Again, I didn't trade Aphria on this. I do trade MJ stocks sometimes, but that is the phenomena I was speaking of, okay? I think most of the people that do watch this channel know when a stock is running in a parabolic pattern and it appears to have hit a top, guys, please do not be going out and buying it, and don't be buying call options either, okay? That volume is going to run very, very high on an earnings call, and you just have to understand the next couple of days after that, it is going to be trading back around its normal volume again, and the stock price is going to sell off. Now, a lot of people do ask me, where is Aphria? Where is ACB and Cron? Canopy Growth? Where are these companies going to find a bottom? And I don't really have an answer for that. These companies are being perceived by American investors as very, very overvalued. That's why I've just made a decision to go long, cost average down, and keep the amount of money I invest into this particular industry very, very small and limited, aiming for long futuristic returns, okay? But with that said, I still believe Aphria is a buy, and as a matter of fact, one of the strongest buys in this particular space, okay? It is down almost 58% this past year, but this was a very, very good earnings report, and Aphria did show signs of strength. So again, if you want some better suggestions, some more stable stocks for the MJ industry, check out ticker symbol MJ, okay? That is an ETF that is more diversified in all of the different MJ stocks. And always keep in mind GW Pharmaceuticals. That is right now one of my absolute favorites MJ stocks to invest in. But even GW Pharmaceuticals, guys, is down almost 30% on the year. So I'm going to look at this as a very good opportunity to buy. When I pull up the 5-year chart, as you can tell, this looks like a very, very good opportunity to pick this stock up while it's cheap. So in my opinion, I still think Aphria is a buy. Just be prepared to continue investing in it. I do not think the bottom has completely set in on these stocks, and just be prepared to continue going long on these companies. So make sure to go down to the comment section and tell me your thoughts and opinions on this last earnings call from Aphria. I was pleasantly surprised by it. Thank you as always for watching the video, and have a great day.